Arik Armstead. And I think he's had a
Oh,
breakout season in the sense of production. But, you talked about who's going to make a Pro Bowl for a first time. I think this is the year, man. Hopefully they play him more
he's
full-time
never made
inside.
it. That's a good
I
point.
know. Yeah, he's
I
never made
forgot
it.
that. I
And,
thought he made
you
it in
know,
19. You're right.
if they play him more inside and he starts to flash more as a defensive tackle, I think there's a scenario where he makes it to the Pro Bowl. Could be as an alternate, but if he can have a big sack total, who knows? But Arik Armstead, man, I think he does his best work there in the middle. Now, why they play him on the outside? I've learned, a lot of these teams are going more to quarters, 49ers included, more two high safeties, and it's hard to guard some of those deep crossing routes on big play action passes. All right,
Mhm.
so teams have gone more to quarters. It's hard to guard those with a single high. But teams are going more to two high, so they have guys on the backside that can catch that crossing route. Well, now you have one less guy in the box. So if you have one less guy in the box, then you want to get big on the end to help
Right.
be strong and stout against the outside runs. And
Someone who
that's
could
why you
potentially
play.
two gap, right?
Yeah, so that's why you
Yeah.
play a guy like Armstead on the outside. But if he could play more inside again, he looked more comfortable, more at home doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously the right move for the 49ers. Their defense is way better when he plays there full time. He's a good run defender on the outside, but he's not a pass rusher. He's not an edge rusher, and he can't even contain the quarterback out there. So I feel like he's a huge net positive at a defensive tackle and not necessarily a net positive as a DN. So that's enough of that. Keep him at defensive tackle. And just like Ebukam I was talking about, after he could stay there and just be in one place, by the end of the season, you saw the improvement. So maybe, just like I'm projecting with Ebukam, same thing could happen with Armstead. A full season at defensive tackle, he could have 10 sacks, get to the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
He's overdue. He got snubbed 2 years ago, I thought. He led the team in sacks. He was so upset that day. He had his hoodie on. He's like this, and he was about to cry. You know what? I understand, man. How many shots do you really get to make the Pro Bowl? He's so
right.
good. Yeah.
Especially on D line, you don't know. And if you're not, JJ Watt, and then some of the stuff is hype voting, things like that. Some guys get voted in that might not necessarily deserve it. So when you do have a huge season like that, and everybody else on the 49ers going to the playoffs, and you led the team in sacks, it's like, come on, man.